It's 8:31 p.m. on a summer evening in rural Spain. The latest in high-tech transport, the S730 train, is speeding north towards Santiago de Compostela.
The S730 is built to bring high-speed travel to areas of Spain that haven't had it before, particularly this area that's furthest away from the capital city, Madrid.
On board the packed train today are 218 passengers, including Texan Bobby Fariza and his wife Mirta. But what the Farizas don't know is their moments from disaster. As it closes in on its final destination, the train is traveling 120 miles per hour.
The train is hauling and is going through a series of different tunnels.
It's a section the drivers navigated countless times before. As it exits the tunnel, there's a sharp bend. Drivers have warned officials about this notorious corner. Trains must slow down to 50 miles per hour to drive through it safely.
The train tilts to the side like that when it's going through a curve, whichever side it's going.
But today, the train doesn't stop tilting.
All of a sudden, it just kept turning and turning. Everything and everybody that was on this side of the train was starting to fall on our side. And then very violently just went it on its side. That's when everything went black and white.
The train is now scattered across hundreds of feet of track. A diesel generator car is on fire. Rescue won't be easy.
Bystanders and emergency services begin a desperate race against the clock to rescue survivors trapped in the crushed wreckage.
What causes this state-of-the-art train to crash with such heavy loss of life? Spain's new high-tech trains are designed with computerized safety systems.
Basically, an electronic system that constantly monitors where a train is at any one time, how fast it's going, and what's coming up ahead.
And crucially, there's an automated brake. If the train's going too fast, this system should slow it down.
This is very much akin to what they're starting to put in cars now, which are also emergency auto braking systems, where if you're driving, you're too close to the car in front of you, that car stops. Not only does it alert you, but it also can stop the car itself. A system like this could save lives.
So accidents caused by human error should be impossible. But after just a week in operation, the S730 has a hiccup.
There are malfunctions with the automatic braking system, and the error causes trains to come to a halt.
When trains switch from new track to old, the automatic brake kicks in even at safe speeds, causing delays that cost money.
So now a decision is made to turn off the automatic safety braking system on this particular model of train in this particular section of line.
Now, monitoring speed is all on the driver.
You absolutely need a fail-safe system that acts as a safety net to catch any mistakes that the driver might make. To switch that system off and still run it at high speed is absolute insanity.
The 04155, a hybrid high-speed train, is about to leave the Spanish capital, Madrid.
Here comes the train, and so we get in.
It heads through a series of 31 tunnels.
Imagine going down this line where you alternate from tunnel to bridge to tunnel to bridge, and the only thing that you have as a driver to keep track of where you are is visual cues.
At this point, the driver needs to start slowing the train down from its current speed of 120 miles per hour to navigate the dangerous corner.
If the driver hasn't started braking 4 kilometers before he gets to the curve, he isn't going to get round safely.
But at the worst possible moment, the phone rings.
You know, the idea that they could take phone calls and all these things in the midst of that is like really a recipe for disaster. Particularly when you got a section of the route where like it hinges on the driver actually slowing the train down.
It seems utterly, utterly incomprehensible that someone would be phoning the train driver as they're approaching this curve, which is known to be dangerous.
The train heads down a short slope, picking up speed. The train approaches the final tunnel before reaching Santiago. After spending over a minute on the phone, the driver hangs up. The train exits the last tunnel and speeds past the final warning sign of the approaching corner.
The driver suddenly realizes exactly where he is on the track, just a few hundred meters away from the corner. He throws down his phone and slams on the emergency brakes.
But it's too late.
That's when everything went black and white. And in my corner of my eye, my wife was still there, and then all of a sudden I could see her go like this. She hits with her head on the little table that's in the back of the seat. I had, a feeling that this was not gonna be good. And that's it, I was knocked out.
In just a few seconds, the train derails, trapping passengers inside. Still in shock, the driver calls for help.
Ay, Dios mío, es que esto es inhumano, esta curva. Dios mío, pobres viajeros. Ojalá no haya ningún muerto.
All I could hear was this one guy, he's screaming out for his mom, and he has an ear hanging out. We are the only two in there that actually got up out of the 40-something people that were in that car. A lot of people from the neighborhood came inside and started pulling out people and started to help. They started pulling out my wife. She was conscious. I could see that she was not doing too well. We prayed together the Lord's Prayer. She couldn't say it, but she was holding on, and every time would squeeze my hand as I said the Lord's Prayer.
Bobby's wife Mirta dies. The crash takes a grim toll. Everyone on board is injured or dead. In the end, the train driver is held to blame for the crash. For victims, there is no consolation.
We were college sweethearts. I miss her incredibly. The loneliness without my wife is incredible. That is something that I had to learn how to deal with and start a whole new life without having her. It's not that easy.
In the immediate aftermath, Spain reinstates the automatic braking system. And around the world, high-speed rail services make changes, including in the US.
The Accelera Express that's been running for 2 decades between Washington, D.C. and Boston has the fastest trains in America, with speeds up to 220 miles per hour.
After several high-profile derailments, Amtrak and other local rail systems are making safety an even greater priority. Among their efforts, installing smart energy braking systems to detect changes in track layout and monitor rail traffic.
Ride on this train and there's backup technology to prevent an accident happening in the first place. And in my opinion, that's exactly how it should be.